Here are the winners. So please introduce yourselves as you take the podium.
Jeff Levy-Hinty, this is Lisa Cholodenko, Stuart Bloomberg, Annette Bening, as you all know, Celine Rattray, Gary Gilbert, Jordan Horowitz, Mark Ruffalo, and Josh Hutcherson. Thank you.
Congratulations, Annette. Congratulations on your win. I'm over here. Talk a little bit about, there's so many different scripts out there. What was it about this story that made you say, I have to be in it? And what was it about Julianne Moore that you said to yourself, and she has to be in this with me?
Well, actually, Julianne was already going to do the picture. So Lisa and Stuart Bloomberg, Lisa Cholodenko and Stuart, worked on the script for many years. And then Julianne became involved, and they invited me into it. And she's not here. I don't know what happened to her. She was just with us. But so I had admired Julianne's work. I knew her. I didn't know her well, but I knew her. And it's hard to sort of pick among the performances that she has given, which my favorite was The End of the Affair with Ralph Fiennes. But then last year she made the movie with Colin Firth, A Single Man. That was a beautiful performance as well. So I was lucky to be asked into the party. And I loved the script. I thought it was beautiful and about family. And I hope that the movie will open a few minds. I know it's opened some hearts. It certainly did mine. It was a joy to do. Our producers who are here had to work very hard to get the movie financed. People were reluctant to do so. And now here we are. So it's a real joy for all of us. We're very, very grateful.
Annette, over here. Hi. I have a question from a Twitter fan, from our HFPA Twitter. They want to know, would you like to be the heroine of an action movie?
Well, I think that this, in a way, is an action movie. And I feel like the heroine. Well, you know, would I like to be the heroine of an action movie? I guess I'll say yes. Why not?
Hi, this is a question for Lisa. When the movie first premiered, roughly a year ago, would you have ever imagined the type of road and success and awareness that this movie has brought on?
Yes. It was a long road, as you've probably read many times. Stuart and I toiled for a long time on this script. We really, you know, it was like a handmade thing. We just really cared about it and put everything into it, all the way down to the casting, which was very precious to me. So Annette's win tonight is particularly special. But you never know, you know, you finally get to the next step and the next step and the next step, and then you're making a movie and you're cutting a movie, and you really don't know until you put it in front of an audience. So you can only, you know, kind of feel like it's working and hope it's working. But really last year at Sundance, when we showed it for the first time, and the distributors lined up and the audience was, you know, as receptive as they were, I felt there would be a good season. So ending it like this it's tremendous. It's a really big deal. So thank you.
Congratulations. My name is, hello everybody, congratulations, Guy de Mulder with Canal Plus Spain. It's a wonderful movie. For me, it's a great movie about tolerance. Do you think the film will help to fight homophobia in this country that is more and more intolerant, and especially since the Tea Party took over, you know, the different institutions?
Well, certainly we have the desire that it will help overcome, and I think it really goes back to something Annette said. It's that I really do feel that there's a healing power to love, and I think that the film was about love, the love in this family, and I think it'd be very difficult to see that and to really take that in and to have that incredibly fearful anger that animates so much of the regressive, backwards, inhumane legislation that's preventing adoptions, marriages, you know, that's really stealing away people's civil rights. That's not what our country's about, I hope. And one thing I will say is that it almost seems inevitable that eventually we'll get to the place where we can treat everybody equally, and I just hope it's sooner rather than later. And I think that politicians who use this as an issue to get attention for themselves and to win votes is absolutely disgusting. It really, it's inhumane, you know. And I think in different parts in our history, whether you look at African Americans or in different histories of Jewish people, it's the same type of scapegoating. And I think it can't be tolerated. You know, intolerance cannot be tolerated. So I do hope people will see the love, share the love, and thereby will make some positive change. Thank you.
And maybe the rest of you. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
I want to know if you guys feel the influence of this movie. Have movies changed your life? Have movies opened your mind over the years?
I was thinking about, as I've been part of this year's process so far, that I think most of us who make movies are the biggest fans of movies, you know. So, yeah, absolutely. And there's something about the power of the media, of this of the motion picture and the camera, that is very visceral. And I hope that this film, as I said, can work in that way, that it because it gets you in your heart, and maybe that's the way that our country can include and dignify the families of same-sex couples, not only for them but for their children, because the children in these families deserve the self-respect and the dignity that everyone else has.
Annette?
Yes.
You talk, it was great in your acceptance speech when you referred to your husband. I love that part. And this movie, of course, is about family. What is it, the key in your own family that brings so much love and unification?
I don't claim to be an expert on that. I just know that this morning I looked at my husband and I said, so what was the first year you went to the Golden Globes? And he said that it was in 1962 when he won for Most Promising Actor. And I just thought that was so adorable. So I made a little mental note and I thought, oh, maybe I'll get a chance to say that. No, I think it's, I wouldn't try to answer that question except to say that we're all, you know, we're all trying to do the best we can with our families. And that's why this family and this movie maybe is kind of important, because everyone gets to see that everyone struggles with the same issues.
Hey, Ted for me. Hi, this is for Annette and Lisa. And I'd like to talk about another prejudice, and that is that, you know, Annette, I don't want to put you on the spot, but you have the most experience here with the Oscars. And I think, you know, we've got another year where only men have been nominated for Directors Guild for Best Picture, and this was clearly one of the best pictures of the year. I mean, look, you're all standing here right now. Are we going into another, is it cyclical? Are we going into another, well, only a woman can get it, but then we've got to go back to the guys getting it for a while? Can you speak on that in any fashion?
It's kind of awkward for Lisa to speak. Do you want to speak to
Oh,
that?
please, Annette, then.
Okay, yeah. I mean, no, I don't know. I don't know. I certainly, I'm very prejudiced, and I'm very, you know, I'm part of this movie that's very special to me. So and I know that, you know, in directing, in my experience with good directors, often the very, very good directors are not calling attention to themselves in their filmmaking. And sometimes those directors are less recognized because of that. So it's very powerful to be able to make a picture of this kind in the way that Lisa did. And I know that when I saw the movie, I saw her taste, and I saw her vision and the way that she decided to make it, and she had to shoot it very quickly, and her other pictures I knew, but then when I saw it, I thought, there's such a strong guiding force in it, but it never calls attention to itself. So sometimes directors are more recognized when they're doing more elaborate things with cameras, etc., and that has a place too. But I share your frustration, and I thought that she deserved all of those nominations as well. Yeah.
I would just like to say to the Academy members, why don't you grow a pair and vote for Lisa Cholodenko as well? Thank you.
Hello? Hey, Annette Bening? Oh, it's Martin Nelman, Toronto Star. I have two quick questions. First of all, the last time you won this award, it was for a Canadian movie produced by Robert Lantos.
That's right.
That has happened again tonight with Paul Giamatti, so that's an interesting bookend. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, thank you for mentioning that. Robert Lantos, who produced Being Julia, he's a good guy, and that picture he did totally on his own. Produced the picture, called up István Szabó, who is the most respected director from Hungary, and asked him to do it, and then they asked me to do it. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very happy for them tonight, and I was very happy to see Robert Lantos and Paul Giamatti win.
The other thing is, on the way in, did you notice across the street the anti-gay demonstration? And one of the signs said that the Golden Globes are enablers.
Yes.
Do you have any reaction to that demonstration? Did you notice it?
I didn't see the demonstration, but I did see some people holding signs as I was driving in, and it made me feel very, very sad.
I was wondering if it was your film in particular that they were targeting. I don't know.
I don't know. They may have. But I think that gives us all the more reason to be grateful to the Golden Globes and to the HFPA to see beyond that and not get caught up in that kind of narrow-mindedness. And maybe if enough of us keep doing what we're doing, and you're speaking the way that you're speaking and writing in the way that you write, maybe that will all begin to change a little bit more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.